Dear friends, good morning from Bangkok, Thailand. It's my first full day here, and I have decided to visit the Royal Palace complex. All this not before having a scrumptious American breakfast at my favorite luncheonette. For less than $3, I have 2 scrambled eggs, 1 large sausage, coffee, orange juice, toast, butter, and jam. A real bargain in my opinion. To reach the Royal Palace complex, one must first take the BTS elevated train and get off at the Sapan Taxim station. At Sapan Taxim, you must take the number 2 exit and then walk towards the riverside. Inevitably, you will stumble upon the ticket offices where you can buy the boat ticket. The price is 30 Thai baht, which is a little less than $1. You will have to sail up the river Chao Phraya until you reach pier number 9, known as Ta Chang. One thing I noticed here in Bangkok is the widespread use of air conditioning. After a month in Istanbul, we're just about everywhere. It was either absent or kept at the minimum. I am now breathing a sigh of relief. When you reach pier number 9, you get off. You cross the esplanade that you find at the exit. And you walk up the road that you find right in front of you. By the way, here there are several cafes where they serve very good cappuccinos. Stop and have one before the visit to the palace. You won't regret it. After less than 100 yards, you arrive at the northwestern corner of the Grand Palace complex. Here you see the outer walls. What you see here are the shop houses of Na Pra Land Road. The building that houses them is gorgeous and probably has been restored recently. 1 year ago, they opened this underground passage with a huge air-conditioned waiting area. It also has bathrooms where people can relieve themselves before visiting the palace. I have noticed that the outer walls of all fortified structures, here in Thailand, but also in Cambodia, have these funny shaped merlons. I have searched the internet in order to figure out what these are. It seems they are flower pedestal trays used to commemorate the late king of Thailand. What a flower pedestal tray is, I have no idea. At last, we have arrived at the entrance. The entry price is 500 baht, which is around $14 US. I have never seen this place so full of people. I could hardly move around. The part of the Grand Palace complex where we are allowed to go has 2 parts. The first part is the religious part, a cloistered area containing mainly stupas and temples. The second part is instead the secular area, where the kings reside. We are now in the religious area. Bangkok's Grand Palace was first built in 1782. King Rama I decided he wanted to move Thonburi's capital city to Bangkok. Therefore, he needed a magnificent residence to dwell inside. The first buildings built on the site were made using bricks recovered from Ayutthaya's ruins. Ayutthaya was the ancient capital of Siam, but it was sacked during the war with the Burmese in 1767. Since then, the site had fallen to ruins. The king decided to take apart the old buildings to reuse the brickwork for this new palace. I suppose he was trying to be an early adopter to recycling. Still, inadvertently he ended up destroying much of Ayutthaya's rich history. The cloisters that enclose the temple buildings have walls that are painted with 178 episodes of the Ramakian story as composed by Rama I, and follows Prince Rama's quest to rescue his beloved wife Sita from the clutches of the Sakin, the 10 heads and 20 arms demon king of Lanka. The episodes are painted in a clockwise progression, starting from the north door of the cloister opposite the Pra Vihara Yod Chapel. Its scenes depict gods, humans, monkeys, and demons. It also depicts life inside and outside the palace and cities, while four-legged animals, birds, and mythical animals of the Himavansa forest abound in the jungles. This you see here is the royal pantheon, but unfortunately it is closed. Inside are exact life-size statues of each of the kings of the Chakri dynasty. The pair of gilt copper redented chettis, which now stands in front of the royal pantheon, was constructed by Rama I, with the chetty on the south dedicated to his father, and the chetty to the north dedicated to his mother. Stucco monkeys and giants of different skin colors and costumes support the base of the two chettis. The Ashura Paksa is a mythological figure, half ogre, half bird, whose statue is usually placed on the bow of the royal barges. The Temple of the Emerald Buddha is thought to be the most important Buddhist temple in Thailand. The temple is over 200 years old and is designed in the Ratanakosin style. This building would become the blueprint upon which other temples, built in Bangkok around this period, was based upon. The main exterior of the temple is called the Ubosot. An Ubosot is a large hall supported by 48 square columns. The eastern and western ends of the building have an extended porch that projects outwards, surrounded by another set of columns. These marbled columns are embellished in thousands of mirrored mosaics. The top of the column blooms into the shape of a lotus flower. This is such a small detail, but one which really adds to the elegance of the entire structure. Along the base of the Ubosot, you'll find a series of 112 miniature figures. These are the golden Garudas. They each clasp in their hands the tail of the Naga serpents, which they also pin down in their clawed feet. In between the different pagodas, some lovely gazebos have been built, where people can find refuge from the scorching sun. What you see here is the Belfry Tower, built for King Rama IV in the 19th century. The entire tower is covered in intricately painted porcelain mosaics and is decorated in floral and foliage patterns with bits and pieces of broken imported Chinese porcelain. The bell in the tower is only rung during special occasions, such as when a new king is crowned. What you see here are yakshas. Yakshas are nature spirits, usually benevolent, but sometimes mischievous or malicious. They are connected with water, fertility, trees, and wilderness. These yakshas guard the gates into the Wat Phra Kyu and protect the Emerald Buddha from evil spirits. They are fantastically carved, with almost an unbelievable amount of details covering their entire body. Their large faces are menacing, with bulging eyes and protruding fangs. The Phra Viharan Yod or Vihara is used as a chapel for Buddhist monks. Instead of being covered in mosaics, this building is covered in white concrete and decorated in porcelain ceramics. The spire on the top of the building resembles the shape of the Thai crown. The OD arches cut out along the building's exterior are topped with the royal cipher of Rama V under a golden crown. The Ho Phra Neke is a funerary mausoleum used to preserve the ashes of deceased princes and princesses. It was previously used to house a sacred Buddha image from Ayutthaya. This sizable bell-shaped structure is called the Phra Sri Ratana. The entire structure is covered in solid gold leaf. The bell-shaped design was influenced by Ayutthaya's stupas, which actually took their inspiration from similar religious buildings in Sri Lanka. Here is the statue of the hermit doctor, Chuwaka Komarapak, the patron saint of medicine. We are now leaving the Emerald Buddha Temple area and moving into the middle court. It is situated in the central part of the Grand Palace, where the most important residential and state buildings are located. The court is considered the main part of the Grand Palace and is fronted by the Amarwithy Road, which cuts right across from east to west. The court is further divided into 3 groups of throne halls. What you see here is the central group known as Pro Thinang Chakri Mahaprasat Group. It comprises 9 major and minor halls. It is entirely the work of King Rama V and foreign architects in the 19th century. I have arrived at the right time for the change of the Royal Guard. This is the Phra Mahaprasat Group, which contains buildings that go back to Rama I and are probably the oldest buildings of the Grand Palace. The Pro Dusat Mahaprasat dominates the Mahaprasat Group. It was built on a symmetrical cruciform plan and the roof is topped with a tall gilded spire. The hall is considered an ideal example of traditional Thai architecture. Every aspect of its exterior decoration is imbued with symbolism. The hall is built in the shape of a tall mountain to represent Mount Meru, the mythological center of the universe. I am now heading towards the exit and my visit to the Grand Palace is coming to an end. I hope you have enjoyed this video and I hope to see you soon. Bye.